up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. It's Bex EX. This week's video is going to be another vlog because actually a lot of it's actually really related to that last vlog that I just put up. First of all, I look so chapped, oh my god. I have some updates. Also, so sorry if you hear what's happening in the background, like they're so freaking loud. Okay, I had to let them just pass before I could keep talking, but what I'm saying is this week I actually have some updates from those same jobs that I was interviewing for in that last video. And to kind of just talk maybe a little bit more about school, I'm gonna be so honest in saying that this past weekend, so today is Monday, February 22nd, this past weekend was rough. It was very, very rough. It's kind of that same point in the semester that I spoke about in my recap video, where I was kind of just telling you guys that a lot of it is like it's just ups and downs. I have a lot to do. This week I have a brief due for my writing class. I have a short memo due for my international law class. Obviously readings due for all of my classes. I have an interview today at 3. Some other events, some club meetings throughout this week, so I kind of just feel like this is probably going to be one of my busier weeks, probably the busiest week thus far in the semester, because it kind of just really ramped up with the memo being due. This week is going to be very interesting. I am hoping that this week, amongst all of the craziness, that I will have officially be able to say that I have a job, and that will just be a huge weight off of my shoulders. So I am just really hoping today's interview goes really well, because that is the job that I've really been wanting. But if not, luckily I have another offer, so I'm very, very grateful. Thank you, Lord, for the fact that I can still be able to say that even if today's interview doesn't, pan out the way that I'm hoping it does, I still have an offer with another position for the summer, and it's a good paid offer. So I, either way, I am grateful and I am lucky to be in the position that I'm in. I've had a headache for the past 3 days, like literally all weekend I've had the same headache, and it is literally just right here in the front of my head and then on my temples. And usually I try to be in like a really good mood in all of my videos because I want to be entertaining for you guys, and I want to I want to spread love, I want to spread light, I don't want to just be a downer, but I also need you guys to see the reality of the fact that law school, it's not a fairy tale. It is tough, and there are times, especially in this COVID time, where I live alone. Well, not anymore actually. I have a dog, which I guess I can kind of try and show you guys. My apartment's a mess. But I have a little puppy now. Her name is Rue. You guys haven't formally met her, but you will soon enough. She's like, can you please let me sleep? I'm not technically completely alone, but even being with Rue has kind of been stressful because I'm realizing like I don't have a lot of time, and she's not that burdensome, but like I do have to do certain things to make sure she's taken care of, like taking her out and training her and feeding her and all this stuff. So I don't want to say, that it's a bad thing that I got Rue. It's just like, you just forget. I just didn't realize that it would still be a big responsibility. So I'm just going to show you guys my board so you can really see what's going on. So you can see how much I have to do just today. I actually, with the jobs, I've gotten 2 offers, and so again, I am super blessed, super grateful but the one that I'm interviewing for today is the one that I'm really just hoping that I get. However, the other 2, like I said, are still very good positions. Today is a big law offer, or big law job that I'm interviewing for. The other 2 that I've gotten, one is in-house and the other is a medium-sized firm here in Atlanta. Again, they're all really good positions, they're all very good offers, and I'm very blessed and thankful to have them. But the reality of the situation is I want to shoot big, I want to shoot for the moon right now, and I don't want to sell myself short. So I'm trying to bet on myself for once, and I'm just gonna see how it goes. So I have criminal law right now for about an hour and a half, and I'll check back in with you guys afterwards before I start working on my brief again. This is the reality of the situation. I'm tired, I have a headache, but I'm gonna push through, I'm gonna persevere, because we got to get through this and we got to get to the bag by any means necessary. Okay guys, so I just finished up with criminal law at around 12:30 and now it's like 12:45. So I took little Miss Rue out so that she could go potty, but somebody didn't want to potty. Say hey. So I'm still trying to figure out how to best train her to prevent her from peeing inside the house, but that's another story. The point of that is to say that I basically have given myself like an hour to just kind of work a little bit more on my brief and kind of just outlining before I really start writing the big bulk of it this evening. And then from like 1:30 to 3, that's going to be my time to prep and just get ready, like literally get myself physically ready, but then also get mentally ready for this interview at 3. I will share with you guys that I just told a firm no, because they wanted to know by today my decision because they offered me last week. And so they gave me a deadline of today to tell them, and that was really hard. Because, you know, I'm going based off of faith and then also based off the fact that I have, you know, I have another offer in my back pocket, but that was difficult to have to just kind of let something go that really did seem like a great opportunity, but it wasn't. I don't believe it was the opportunity for me. Like all around an amazing opportunity, probably if I went with it would still have gotten great experience, but it just wasn't. I don't think it's the one for me. And I think that I want to really make sure that this decision is something that I am, you know, confident about, something I'm excited about, and as awesome as the people were, I still think that I want to go with this one. So I'm praying on it. I'm going to just continue having faith that when I make decisions for me, when I make decisions that I am, you know, feel confident and I'm excited by, that's a sign, you know, that's a sign that I should continue going with that decision, and that everything is going to be okay. So again, like I said, at the end of the day, I still have another offer that I have to decide on by Wednesday. So, you know, if that becomes the one that if I don't get this offer from today, then that's the one I will take, and I will be again just as happy I'll be just as happy to take that one too. Can you stop? But yeah, I'm gonna take little Miss Rue out again because she just ate, and then we're gonna come back and just again keep working on the brief because that thing is due on Thursday and I just want it to be as good as possible. But I'm just swamped, guys. I have to admit I am swamped with work. I'm swamped with reading, and really have not gotten a great chance in the past 2 weeks to review for classes. So I'm just really excited for these 2 writing assignments to get out of the way, and then I can finally just focus on classes, because this writing class is 2 credits, okay? But I do want my writing to be good. I do want to have a good brief to be able to kind of put again in my writing portfolio like I was able to with my memo. So it is important that I do well in these classes. It's just so difficult to kind of like mentally see how, you know, the 2 credit is just not going to mean as much as a 4 credit class that I really should be reviewing for. So, you know, I still have 2 more months left in the semester, so it's not like that crazy that I haven't been able to review so much. And actually, it's only been about a month of school so far, a little over a month. So I just have to continue telling myself like, it's okay. You know, what you're doing is not bad. You do want to get a good grade on writing, but I am just feeling a little run down, and I'm just hoping that I will have a chance to kind of reboot after this week is over. But let me stop chatting so I can take her out and we can continue working on the brief. What's up, guys? So we just spent some time kind of planning out my brief, and I didn't do like an insane amount because I really only had like 45 minutes to even, it was really just like a conceptual thing, just making sure, okay, like, does my organization look good before I really start getting into the bulk of it? So that's what I spent a lot of that time doing, and then also wrestling with Rue because she can be insane sometimes. And And so now I think what I'm gonna go do is take her to my my friend's apartment, because she literally lives like in the building next door, so that I don't have to worry about where she is, what she's doing, if she's getting into something, if she peed on the carpet. Like, I can literally just focus on that interview, and then I'll go get her later on. Basically what I'm just gonna be doing is, one, make another thing of coffee, that's for sure. So I really just need to make some more coffee, because like I've been telling you guys, this week is hard. This week is a hard week. The past 2 weeks honestly have been hard, but I'm trying not to complain too much and just power through and just keep drinking my coffee and just get through this daggone week so I can say that I survived it. So yes, I'm just going to make the coffee and just continue like reviewing for this interview. I feel pretty prepared because of how many interviews that I've done thus far, but that does not mean that just because I've done a lot of interviews at this point, or a lot meaning that I've done multiple interviews over the course of this past month, that just because I've done that, that all of a sudden that makes me a pro at this. Like, by no means. I do think that now that I've kind of have my, you know, my stories down, my narrative down of my experiences, and I've really gotten a good feel for the type of behavioral questions and just personal questions that they ask me. I don't have to review those as much because I have practiced saying them so often that now it's really become, I don't think that I sound like a robot or anything like that, but it's just more so that I feel much more comfortable just kind of telling that story. It's really just like telling a story. When it comes to kind of like the specific things, I do want to make sure I would be prepared for a question that would be like, oh, tell us why you want to work at this firm or this company, whatever. And, you know, maybe something just a little bit more firm or company specific. Those are definitely things I should be reviewing. So you're probably wondering also, so like I told you, I think if you saw that vlog from last week, you will see that I was talking about this was the button down I was talking about when I said that all my button downs start with the first button literally here, which is like, yeah, pretty inappropriate. I don't have the biggest tatas, so I don't really find it that inappropriate. But what I decided to do was, because I was tired of wearing the same outfit, and I realized that I wore that dress blazer combo that I showed you guys in my last video. I wore that for the first interview for this firm. So I was like, okay, let me just change it up a bit so they don't think that I have, I don't know, I just wanted to change it up. So I was like, you know what, this is literally the only other like professional wear that I have. And honestly, I feel like I should do a video about just like professional outfits in general, which I might not be able to do until I'm actually, you know, in my internship, and then I can really tell you guys what the attire is like. But this is what I've done. So I took a bobby pin, not a bobby pin, a safety pin on the inside of this button down, and when I put my blazer on, it really kind of covers it up to the point where it just touches, the sides just touch each other so slightly, where this looks professional, which I feel like from a distance you would not be able to tell that I was wearing a button down, which button starts here. Let me just come back with the blazer. Okay. So when the blazer goes here, you kind of see like because I like pull the blazer together, it kind of just pulls that together, and then you can't really tell. And when I'm sitting, I really won't be like moving around a lot, so this is what you will see. And then I'm wearing leggings, so no one can even know. That is that on that. And I'm just gonna finish making this coffee and just reviewing, like I said, just going over the questions. And I will make much more in-depth videos, or just another video kind of once everything is settled and I've hopefully, you know, accepted an offer and everything. I'll make a video just kind of breaking down that process, like how did I even find the internships that I wanted to apply for, what was that process like, how did I write statements, how did I figure out, you know, how did I network with people, what kind of questions do they ask based on the different types of internships that they have. I'll talk about career services at Emory, because somebody commented on a last video just asking about like, you know, is Emory supportive with you guys like finding a job and just supportive in general. So I will make more informational videos like that in a sit-down video probably you know, next week, where I can have a little bit more time to really just like reflect on the whole process again, like I did with my fall recap video. I'll probably not talk to you guys until after this interview and when we start preparing for just hunkering down and getting this brief done. Oh god, okay, hey, hello. So today was a good day, guys. I got the job that I interviewed for, and I just cannot say how, I cannot express truly how elated I was to find out that, like, just that my hard work paid off, that it was worth it to apply to 40 plus different places to make sure everybody and their mama had my resume. That it was just worth it because I get to tell a story that says that, you know, you don't have to listen to what everybody says is fact just because it's a number, just because it's a statistic, that just because one person's story went one way doesn't mean yours has to go the same way. That still applies to my story too, right? Like, just because what I'm doing and the way that things are going for me doesn't mean that it's gonna go the same for you. It could be even better for you, and it just might not be the same. But the point is that there are other stories, there are other paths, there are other ways of going about things, and the mainstream might not always be the path for you, and that's okay, because what's meant for you is exactly where you should be, exactly how it should be going for you. I'm just so glad that I'm able to tell this story, because this is what I really needed to hear when I was going through trying to figure out about law school, trying to figure out about you know, okay, well, what about grades, what about jobs, and just going through this whole process. Like, this is what I needed, and so I'm just hoping that I could be that for someone else now. I think I'm on that path. I'm just blessed that I'm able to tell that story, guys. When I found out, I was like calling my friend and, you know, my mom and my dad and my sister, so I didn't really get a moment to film. So I'm actually about to go to bed now, but yeah, so I had that interview at 3. It ended around like 3:30 something. So it was pretty quick, and it was with four other attorneys that are working with the company that the firm is like partnering with for this position. And I'm also going to talk more about this position after I kind of just like formalize everything and just get a little bit more approval as to like what I can and cannot talk about. But, you know, my point is that I had that interview, and then I was just chilling outside. Like, I was chilling outside with Rue. We were just, because it was really nice today, and I knew it was going to be a good day too, because when we woke up this morning, it was kind of frosty, and my grandparents they always say when there's frost outside that it's going to be a good day. And so it was kind of frosty this morning. It had rained last night, but I was like, Rue, I think it's gonna be a good day. Like, I think today is going to be nice. And it ended up being like 65 degrees today. So we were just sitting outside in the parking lot after the interview, and I'm just talking to my friend, and we're just chatting, and then I get this call, and it was the firm, and they were like, hey, you know, we wanna extend a formal offer to you. And I was just like, oh, I wanted to praise the Lord in that moment. Guys, I was just so excited. I was so freaking excited. And I was just like, and it's not even to say that like I've known all along since I was 8 years old that this was what I wanted to do. It's not even that. It's just that right now I've been really giving this my best go, and knowing that it came to fruition is really awesome. And you know, it just makes it all really worth it, but it also reminds me that like that process is necessary, and to not overlook how important it is to go through that process and really, you know, just really become a person who can withstand the storm, because without having to know what's going to happen on the other side. I think that's what this whole process has really taught me, is like, being comfortable in that uncertainty, but still working just as hard as if you knew exactly what was going to happen. And I guess that's what they call manifestation. You know, I call it faith, or, you know, I think both of those things can work together, manifesting and being able to manifest because you have faith. But I think that's the whole point of it, is like being able to work really, really hard even when you don't actually know what the payoff is going to be, but working as if that payoff is your dream come true. And so I think if you just live with that, and that doesn't even apply to just like law school and law in general, like I feel like that is just life in general when it comes to things that you want. I think if you set your sights on something, it's just a matter of figuring out like, okay, what is it gonna take to get there? And I don't even know if that destination is actually going to happen for me, but I have to work as if it's going to. Again, that's my little spiel before I go to bed, but I really just wanted to let you guys know how exciting it was to receive that news, and to receive it in the same day, because that was another thing I was really praying for. I was like, God, if they offer me in the same day and I don't have to wait another day to kind of just wait and see and be anxious again about what the results are going to be, like I will just, oh my goodness. And it happened, and I was just so glad, because that is a huge weight lifted off my shoulders. And now knowing, okay, I did the work to secure that position for the summer, I can really just now focus on school and my grades and my extracurriculars, and you guys, obviously. And I really didn't film the rest of the night. My friends were so nice and they came over with sushi, so I got sushi for dinner, and then I was just kind of working on my memo, talking to family, and not my memo, my brief, talking to family, and then now it's just really time for me to go to bed. So hey girl. So we'll see you guys in the morning.